Namaste. Welcome. So last time I did share some principles on how we could further utilize and harness the full potential of our energy locks in directing our breath. Yes, specifically that tutorial I discussed how we could direct the breath to pass through the backs of our body, and it happens. Once it happens, the breath could be a powerful tool for us to create more lightness and space inside, in positions where we have to lift ourselves off the ground, handstanding, arm balancing, jumps, back bends, and during meditation as well, because that is very helpful in rising the energy up, especially if you're doing the Maha Bandha. Yeah, I did talk about Maha Bandha as well. All right, for today I will be talking about the Kriya or an asana, the deep one called the Kandasana. Alright, and we will be applying that principle as well. Alright, just a little bit of that principle. Now, when you do the Kandasana, actually, since you're rotating the legs, the tendency is, for safety, the tendency is for the hips to slide under. And you don't want that. Yeah. That is why in Kandasana, since it's a flexion already, you don't want to be rounding the back as well. So the spine maintains a neutral position. It's like doing a Maha Bandha. Alright, so the breath the breath will have to pass through the backs of the body, and to the backs it elongates forward rather than to the front, up and back. Alright, so in the same manner, yeah, even if the breath passes to the backs of the body, you don't want to be hunching. Otherwise, if you do your rotation of the limbs and then you're hunching around the back, there's a huge tendency that you will hurt your lower back. And one more thing, since you're sitting, the Kandasana like this, alright, so since your hips and the rest of your lower back enjoy the least mobility, and then you rotate the leg, the tendency again is for the back to compensate by rounding so you can create that space. No, you don't want that. Alright, so this is where the principle of the Bandhas will really have to be used or utilized for you to keep the length of your spine somehow open, neutral, while you do your rotation of the lips. Alright, so when you allow the breath, yeah, especially when you breathe through the Bandhas, you could actually feel now the breath will start from this spot of the hips. Like you can feel the breath rise up from here, and that will create that space here. So when you do your rotation later on, and that's actually one of the principles of Kandasana, because you're lifting the energy up. And that sensation is actually your Kundalini energy already making its way up. But not the absolute one, of course, some of it's radiance. And there you're going to feel the space open. Alright, that's the healthiest way to approach it. And then from there, you're going to keep rising the breath. But instead of that, you're going to move this up and low to the vertical. Yeah, it doesn't go rounded, neither it fights forward. Somehow it maintains a neutral alignment. It's really very similar to the Maha Bandha. Alright, so let's do that. So let me just lift my shirt off so you can see the form. Alright, now, in here, because when you're preparing and then you're going to do the baddha konasana, that's a preparation, and then here you will feel, oh, there's least mobility here, so somehow you need to adjust. Alright, so first loosen the hips until you feel the hips go light. Alright, and then loosen the arms. Instead of you breathing forward like that, so you want to slide the space in and back, you can actually feel now here it goes wide behind, the sacrum goes wide behind, and then you rise up to the vertical. Right? And exhale. Alright, final adjustment. Alright, now you can actually approach this one as you breathe through the movement, or you can do a mild gentle kumbhaka, especially if you're learning it, or you can just do a preparatory half breath, and then you do halfway through the breath, you do and enter the position, and then you finish by just breathing all the way out. Yeah, I like to do it as I breathe through the process. Yeah, all right, release the hips. All right, let the arms go. The collarbones would have to hollow a bit inside, but you don't round the back. Like the breath elongates to the backs of the body. All right, loosen. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, neutral chest. Alright, breathing in, see that? It's not that. And you enter the position. Breathing in. See? my back doesn't go to a rounded position now that it fights forward. Yeah, it maintains that neutral lift. Yeah? There. Good. It's really very similar to the Maha Bandha. Alright? But of course you have to engage the bandhas a little bit more, especially the Udina Bandha, because that one, especially to create that support for the lower spine. And for example, in here you feel that the hips would have to adjust. Yeah, don't push it forward, don't fight it just forward, rather make just gentle adjustment and then access this space, like you want to draw the breath through the back pockets of your ribs, then to the backs of the ribs, and then to the backs of the body. Hang hands this bit. Inhale. Good. And exhale. You release. So there's no pressure in the lower back. The lower back enjoys that freedom. Yeah, the spine is neutrally open and you can hold it longer here. Alright. Now, don't fight forward. Rather, keep the breath rising towards the backs of the body. Alright. You might loosen the neck a bit. Alright. And now, how do you release? Same as the entry. Inhale. Inhale it. See? As opposed to inhale. Now, inhale. Hang. Yeah. You feel the shoulders open. It's a safe way to release. Inhale. The release is an inhalation. And then when you feel the legs start to go light, you just exhale. But when you exhale, keep it light as well so you don't collapse the spine. Or you may use your hands to lift the hips, move out of the stretch. Good. And then you can just release the legs and reset the hips. Alright, let's do that facing front so you can see as well the fronts of the body. Yeah. Same. Alright. Adjust the hips. Alright. Let the arms hang. Exhale. Now inhale. Like you want to fold this in and back, rather than forward and up. Loosen the hips a bit. Alright. Light on your legs. Light on your shoulders. Exhale. Inhale. Chest remains neutrally open. Don't fight it forward. If you fight it forward, the lower back will suddenly go to an extension. It's not good because you're rotating deep inside the hip. Keep the space in. You may hang forward a bit. Like you want to loosen this. And then here you can actually send the breath to the back pockets of your shoulder blades there. Like you want to send the breath there. It goes wide behind you. Well, you may want to open gently down the throat. So it really doesn't matter. You can do a throat lock. But don't squeeze too much. You want the breath to rise up. Good. And then relax a bit. You can do a mudra here. And then just stay. Keep this one active. You can actually now feel the energy rise from the pit of the hips. All the way up. Alright. And then from here, the exit, same. Inhale. It's the inhalation. And when you feel the legs go and go light, you exhale. Alright. Use your hands to support. Move away from the stretch. So the pelvis reset. Alright. You can reset the legs. Or you can do a downward facing dog. Because a downward facing dog, it's neither a flexion nor an extension. It's like you want to create and allow the spine to breathe. Alright, and then move your knees a bit of a side to side. Right. And then from there, if you feel you want to extend, you might do a simple flow. Right. Or you can just place your knees at the ground, and then do a mild cat and cow, but not really too much of a rounded position. Like you wanna just loosen a bit, like you just wanna walk the knees there. You may release the hands, you may release the shoulders, but I don't recommend you doing a deep flexion, neither a deep extension. So maybe the spine is neutral, or you can just sit like this and then just roll the shoulders around and repeat the element if you need. I really recommend you repeating the element if it serves you. If there's no pain and you feel that there's more space is left inside that you can access freely using the bandhas. Otherwise, if you feel like my lower back or my knees or my joints tend to be heavy already, you might just do it once. All right, the body will get accustomed or familiar with the movement as the breath starts to flow inside. The bandhas become more confident doing it. Alright, so I'll work progressively. Kandasana is a really powerful, important way for us to really harness and cultivate not just the bandhas, but of course to release the trapped energy. We hold the hips, and when we meditate later on, after Kandasana, meditation could really be very deep because the hips are open, the Sushumna channel is very open as you do that.